Just imagine that you are a multi-billion-dollar gaming company. You have the rights to Star Wars, not exclusive anymore, but you have the rights to Star Wars, and you say absolutely nothing about it at your big gaming event that costs billions of dollars to put together. Well, that's what happened at EA Play Live. I'm going to talk about why it was a huge mistake that EA didn't say anything about Star Wars at EA Play Live. Now, in all fairness, they did tweet out that simple tweet telling us that we wouldn't get any new Star Wars news at EA Play Live, that 2022 is going to be all about Star Wars stuff, but I still think it's very, very bad that they did not say anything about Star Wars at all. They didn't even mention their previous Star Wars projects like Battlefront 2 or Jedi Fallen Order or Star Wars Squadrons. They didn't even recognize Star Wars fans at all. They didn't even talk about Star Wars. Nothing about Star Wars at EA Play Live. Really, EA? Like, come on now. Like, for real. And I posted this on Twitter. I said, I honestly think it was a huge mistake for EA not to say anything Star Wars at EA Play Live. I personally feel Star Wars fans, including myself, would have been more receptive to all of the other stuff shown at EA Play if EA would have said something about Star Wars. And I went on and said, I mean, a simple tweet saying, sorry, no Star Wars wasn't enough at this point in the game. It's disrespectful also to the content creators who have been doing this as a job for nearly 10 years now to be sidelined with a simple tweet. Communication has been terrible from EA. And, you know, keep in mind, let's pretend that you were in charge of EA and you were dealing with the Star Wars franchise. Wouldn't you say something at EA Play to recognize and acknowledge the millions and millions of Star Wars fans out there that follow you and buy your games and purchase your games and want to see more from you? I mean, they could have at least said something like, hey, we're super excited to still be working with Lucasfilm Games. We have a lot of projects in the works and we could not wait to show you all of these. Stay tuned for next year's EA Play in 2022 because that's going to be the year. They didn't even actually state this at the EA Play Live showcase. They did do a tweet, but a tweet is not enough. We want to see like EA's actual like leadership and maybe, you know, the management team show excitement for Star Wars at this point, because again, there are still concerns about EA and Star Wars from Star Wars fans. We just went through, Battlefront 2, you know, the launch of that, was awful. We had to go through the whole witnessing of them trying to bring it back to life. And they did an excellent job, doing their best, adding new modes, new heroes, Clone Wars stuff, Supremacy, all of that stuff to Battlefront 2. But then again, they completely just stopped it dead in its tracks and left Star Wars fans on the sidelines. And they did it again at EA Play Live. They just left Star Wars fans on the sidelines and did not even acknowledge them. Couldn't they have done something, you know, to alleviate fans' concerns about what's coming up for Star Wars and EA's Star Wars games? I mean, couldn't they have said something to, you know, get us excited for what's to come and actually show us their excitement, you know, show their faces and say, hey, we're excited, you know, and from their EA earnings calls as well, I'm not getting a good vibe from them that they're excited for Star Wars. And, you know, EA earnings calls, of course, aren't necessarily places to, you know, reveal stuff, but they have done that in the past. They revealed a whole college football game that, you know, returning. So they have done that before during conference calls. Again, I'm not really feeling the love of Star Wars from EA right now. I'm not really feeling it at all. Now, I am excited for Battlefield Portal. I think this has a lot of potential. I'm definitely excited for this. I'm excited for Grid Legends as well, but I feel like I wasn't as receptive to all of this stuff when EA Play Live came to a close, because I had that bitter taste in my mouth of them just completely disregarding Star Wars. Like, they completely just said nothing about Star Wars, didn't acknowledge Star Wars fans. And again, to me, it feels like they don't care. That's how I feel about it. Like, it's just a business thing, you know? And, I think it needs to improve. And I think, things should start improving hopefully next year in 2022. And I think one of the reasons why it will improve is because we're going to see other studios like Ubisoft do their thing as well. We're going to see them really ramp up their promotion for the Star Wars open world game that they're working on. And I'm guessing that there's going to be even more studios that are going to be involved in Star Wars games. And that's going to put pressure on EA even more to perform like no other and to communicate like no other with the Star Wars franchise, because we're going to get to see how other studios do it as well. So it's going to add a lot of pressure onto EA to really ramp up their presentation, their communication with fans, with their content creators as we go into 2022. And of course, it's not just EA that's had these problems in the past. Other game publishers and other studios have these problems and they're able to fix it. So it's not something that is not fixable, if you will. It's something that can be fixed. And to me, again, it really needs to be improved as we go into 2022 for sure. But that's my rant on it. As you can tell, I was very disappointed with EA Play Live, to say the least. And I'm really hoping that 2022 is much better for us Star Wars fans. 2021 has been a complete disappointment for us Star Wars fans, with the back-to-back no shows of Star Wars at both E3 and EA Play. Now, of course, there's still little hope, I think, with Lego Star Wars maybe this year, and then also maybe Star Wars Hunters game that's supposed to be arriving on the Nintendo Switch. But I'm not holding my breath for those either. My guess is those could easily be delayed into 2022 as well. So we'll see what happens, but leave your comments down below. Join in on the conversation. What would you like to have seen from EA Play Live this year? Do you think that EA Play should have said something about Star Wars, at least acknowledge the fans? Let me know, how would you have run the show, if you will, if you would have been the showrunner for EA Play Live? I think a lot of you would have done it differently as well, and at least tried to establish some form of line of communication with the Star Wars fans to get them hyped up for the upcoming reveals at EA Play next year. So that's going to do it for the video. Hope you enjoyed the rant. If you did, hit that like button. I will be kind of shifting gears over here on Star Wars HQ over to more of the movies and series once again. I know I keep on going back and forth between the game coverage and the movie coverage, but now that there's no game coverage at all at the moment, I'm definitely going to be shifting my focus more onto what's going on with the upcoming series like Mandalorian Season 3, Book of Boba Fett, what's going on with the Bad Batch, and so on and so forth. But that's going to do it for the video once again. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.